Hey queens, and welcome to another video. If you want to see how we did this makeup transformation, then keep on watching, honey. Yes, give them a smile. Yes. You ready, queens? Well, let's go.
Laugh now, cry later. Ain't no love for a hater. You was running behind some hoes, I was chasing that paper. Keep your distance from them niggas. They ain't really fucking with you. Same niggas who was down for the money, they gon' switch up. Laugh now, cry.
Okay, so first I'm going to start by powdering her brows, taking out any excess oils out of her brows, and fill that in lightly with a brown pencil. This pencil is from the beauty supply store. I want to say this is a Kiss product, and it's very pigmented. So I'm going to go ahead and lightly fill that in. Her brows are pretty full, but we're just going to go ahead and add some definition to that. I'm going to go ahead and do even lighter strokes in the front just to give that hair-like appearance. Okay, so now to soften that up, I'm going to use a brow brush, the end of a brow pencil brush, and soften that up a bit. Okay, so now to carve out her eyebrows, I'm going to use two concealers. I'm going to use the ColourPop No Filter Concealer in the shade Light 16, and I'm also going to mix that in with the Hard Candy Glamouflage Heavy Duty Concealer in the shade Ivory. Okay, so with those two concealers combined, I am going to carve out her brows, and it's also going to act as an eyeshadow base so that those eyeshadows are going to pop with a P. Okay, I'm also going to bring that all the way down and blend it out with a small buffing brush. Going to do that on both sides. Okay, so we want a nice clean canvas. Okay, digging into my Tarte Be You Naturally palette, I'm going to take the shade Explore, which is like a soft tan shade. I'm going to pat that all into her lid area, going slightly above her crease because she does have hooded lids. I'm also going to take the color Daybreak, which is in that same palette, and I'm going to put that all into her crease area, going back and forth between those two brushes just to make sure that that blend is as seamless as possible. And you're going to see me doing that all throughout the video. Of course, everything that I do to the left eye, I'm going to do to the right. Now you're going to see me using a clean blending brush, and I'm going to blend out the very edges of that brown shade. Using my NYX white shadow base, I'm going to take a bigger eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to carve out her crease. Of course, I'm going to go slightly higher than her crease because she has the hooded lids. And I'm going to be pressing and patting. A combination of those is going to get me that great cut. Now going into my Afrique palette by Juvia's Place, I'm going to use the color Angelique, which is like a pretty champagne silvery shade, and I'm going to place that all over her lid where we cut the crease out. Very beautiful color. Okay, in that same palette, I'm going to take a combination of Cameroon and Kisai, which is like a medium brown shade, and I'm going to blend that on the edges of that crease. Of that cut crease, I'm sorry, and also going back and forth between that champagne shade and the brown so that it could be seamless, and that's exactly how you get like a great eyeshadow look, going back and forth between your brushes. Okay, now going into my Saharian palette, also by Juvia's, I'm going to take the shade color Chad, which is, of course, like a deep black color. And I'm going to put that on the very edges of that crease, going back and forth between the brown shade and the black shade. Okay, whenever you feel like you've blended enough and your arm's about to break, blend some more, baby, because there's more to do. Alrighty. And I'm going to do that until I feel like it is perfect. Alrighty, now I'm going to take this pretty pigment shade. I cannot remember exactly where I got it from. However, it is like this pretty champagne silvery shade. And I'm going to place that right on top just to take that eyeshadow look to another level. It's very sparkly, has like the glitter reflex in it. It's like pretty. Now with my NYX liner, I'm going to take that and line her eyes, and it's in the shade Milk just to open her eyes up a bit. And I'm using the NYC liner, and I'm just going to smudge that just along her lash line. And that's just going to make a soft look. Okay. On goes the lashes. And this is just some lashes I got off of AliExpress. I can't remember the vendor name right off. But these are like some pretty fluffy lashes. Okay, now I'm going to prime the face. I'm using a combination of the Hydrate and Smooth Primer by Maybelline and also my Becca Ever Matte Primer. Okay, foundation. I am using my Maybelline Fit Me, and this is like my go-to foundation for my clients. I want to say this is in the shade 112. I'm not exactly sure. But I'm just going to take her foundation shade and I'm going to pat that all the way in. If you saw my other foundation video, you know that I pat instead of swiping. And this is how you get the most coverage. And you also get like a very smooth base. Now for highlight, I'm going to go back with my ColourPop No Filter Concealer in the shade Light 16. And I'm going to highlight under her eyes, her nose, a little bit on her chin, and a little bit on her forehead. I'm going to take a separate makeup sponge and do that. And also go back in with the foundation sponge and blend out the very edges of that. Taking the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder and the RCMA translucent powder, I'm going to go ahead and set everywhere where I'm concealed. And I'm also going to take it along her smile lines just to make sure that it doesn't crease up on her too quickly. Now to bronze up the face, I'm going to take the BH Cosmetics contouring palette and I am just going to contour her up, give her that sun-kissed appearance. I want to take that along her jawline, also on the sides of her nose. When I'm placing it on the sides of her nose, I'm going to take that all the way up and blend that into her brows. I'm going to also focus that product on the very tip of her nose just to give a illusion of a shorter nose and also, of course, a more narrow nose. Here I'm just doing a little bit of reverse highlighting, and what that is just taking some setting powder right underneath that contour just to make that contour pop out, and I'm going to diffuse that out with my contouring brush. Okay, I'm going to spray her down with some rose water hydrating spray just to give that skin-like appearance. Get rid of that powdery look, and I'm going to pat that in with my powder brush. For blush, I'm going to go into the Saharan palette, the volume 2, and I'm going to take the color Tau and add that right up on her cheekbones. For highlight, I'm going to use a combination of the Hard Candy Just Glow palette and also the Lemonade highlighting palette. And I'm going to give her highlights, honey, highlights. Yes. Okay, now to smoke out the very bottom of her lash line, I'm going to take the color Chat again back into that Saharan palette, and I'm just going to blow that out just to give a nice contrast underneath the white, make the eyes pop out a bit. And I'm also going to smoke out Chat using orangey shade in that same palette called Sokoto, and I'm also going to mix that in with Jamila. Now for lips, I'm going to take two Beauty Supply matte liquid lipsticks. One is the chocolatey brown shade called Oh Boy. I think that's from Nika K. And I'm also going to take a very loud orange shade called Apple Picking. And I think this one is from the Broadway collection. And I'm just going to mix those two colors together just to give like this very pretty burnt orangey type of look. Now I'm going to set the face using the Benign Final Seal. Okay, moving right along to the hair, I'm going to brush it out and spray it down with my Kenra hairspray, and I'm going to just go ahead and put wine curls all over her head, almost kind of giving you like an old Hollywood glam type of look. But I mean, the goal was to slay. You know what I'm saying? Like, she put everything in my hands. I just wanted to slay. Okay, now I'm just going to finger comb those curls out just to kind of, you know, make it a little bit bigger. Spray her down again with the hairspray. And that is it, guys. This is the final look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. She loved everything, and I was so pleased that she did. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos like this and more videos ahead. Share with your friends, guys. Tell your mama and tell your mama to tell her friends and them. Okay, guys. See you in my next video. Bye-bye.